Time is very valuable. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for this opportunity that is brought to us by TLC, and we're all ears.
Great. Well, thanks everybody. My name is Vincent Meza. We are Listings to Leads, and we're a real estate advertising platform to help realtors grow their business. And we kind of look at it, there's a couple kind of things we think of that realtors either have listings or they don't have listings. And in either of those times, you still need to do something to grow your business. So this platform will help you whether you have listings or whether you don't. We are very good at capturing leads. All of our tools might sound similar to the things that you might have today. It's the big difference is ours have call to actions, whether they're online, on social media, on print, or something going out to your CRM. So we look at those as like the target areas. But we know that realtors are good at sharing colorful things and mailing things. They're just not good at capturing leads with that activity. And that's why a platform like ours is so powerful. So let's log in and kind of look at what we do. Your listing should be auto swept from our partner List Hub. Christina, do you know, does List Hub operate in your, it operates all over Florida. So it probably is going to be just fine.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Mm-hmm. So this is the inside. Each agent has their own profile. They can pull listings into their account. But when we go to the listings page, your listing should auto sweep and drop here. And a bunch of tools will share automatically. We'll share them to social media. We'll share a virtual tour to YouTube. We'll email you about a half dozen tools for you to go out and market yourself if you want to use. So we'll dive into this in just a minute, but there's listings, there's ad software from Facebook and Instagram. We can also add Google ad software. There are 80 PDF guides branded to you. And 40 of these are for home buyers and 40 are for home sellers. We're going to go underneath and look at those. There's social media content, which is kind of a set and forget thing. If you're a realtor who knows they want to leverage social media, they just don't know what to put there all the time, you want to set that section up right away. It's automatic, it's the dates that you want, and it's all year long. Then there are landing pages like what's your home worth, new construction, waterfront homes, and a client review page. All of these things, and there's a lot of tools underneath all of them, they all capture leads. So we're looking here at a listing. Let's look at this one, which is an open house. And if we look down this column, these are the tools that we're automatically creating. There's a little playbook here, a checklist. So if you like things that are visual and you can print it and leave it on your desk, you'll know it's kind of reflects this list. So we start at the top with Facebook and Instagram ads, and I think a lot of people are familiar with that, but not all people have the same success with Facebook. And we are very solid with this. It'll pick up the city that you're in, that the property is in. So let's say, I don't know, it was Naples, but you could also say, hey, I want to market this home in Chicago because people like to move out of the cold states. It's a $35 ad for 1 week. All you have to do is click create ad. And we use a part of Facebook that means that the leads are pre-populated from the people's profiles with their name, email, and phone number. This is one of the best ways of capturing leads with name, email, and phone number, because I'll show you many ways that we can capture leads. But if you ask somebody to type it in, you could very easily get like, Mickey Mouse at Disney.com. This way, it's pulling it right from their profiles, which need to be accurate so you don't get locked out. That's a paid ad, right? And here we have a social media post. And this is what a lot of agents I see do on a daily basis. They share pretty cool pictures on Facebook and Instagram and the old Twitter and wherever. And pictures are cool. I like them, and I know we all like them, but this is our automated post. So this is sitting on Facebook right now. And when somebody sees it, all this text up here is pre-written. This photo is also pre-populated, but if I click on this, it drives me to a landing page that we also automatically created. And you can see it's very high level. It's just like, hey, there's an open house. If you want the date and time, click this button, right? And if I click that, let's see if I can get past that. I actually, in this case, we're requiring a number, and you say get information. And now we drop the person on the single property website, which has all the information on the home, all the photos, even has, you know, a question there. Do you need your own home value? Our marketing plan, some of those PDF guides I mentioned, and kind of the basic stuff you would expect to see on a listing, including your reviews, if people have reviews for you. So that's a big difference from every other company in real estate advertising. No company ought to post with a landing page behind it. So if you have listings hitting the system, or you add an open house, or you say, oh, this property is sold, we're going to repost it to your socials. And it's going to have, in every case, a landing page to capture a lead. So we also have tools for the seller's social media. We also create virtual tours, and we create a luxury version or a lead gen version, single property websites. If you're into video, like on social media, we create short form video scripts. So, you know, you could whip out your smartphone and talk about what's going on in the house or in the neighborhood and knock it up to your favorite socials. This case, it's a script about this home, because that's where we're marketing a home right here. We have a great open house marketing toolkit, mobile optimized, online sign-in forms, QR codes, and even postcards and door hangers. And this is, again, that difference. I'm pretty sure you guys have used postcards and door hangers before. This is the front of our postcard, and you may not be able to see it, but there's a URL. So it's saying, hey, if you want to know about the house, go to that website. And you can probably tell by now that our websites capture leads. But always on the back of every printed tool, it's going to say that is going to affect your home value. So go to this website and get your free home value. And that's really the point of what we're doing. We want to make sure that we have multiple call to actions to capture leads, whether it's buyers or sellers. Now, here is a nearby homeowner letter, and this is the #1 tool that we have that captures listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So I do a class every 2 weeks called, it's an online webinar called Top Tools for More Listings. And I talk about all the ways to get listing leads. This is at the top of that list. It's a piece of paper, okay? And it says, in this case, we've got an open house, and there's a picture of it. You want to check it out, go there. That's going to affect your home value. So the point of this tool is, you know, mail it to people with equity. Now, our clients, you know, have been using this for many, many years. I'm going to show you our clients that do this by hand, but we also have an integration with a company called Express Copy. And if you have an account with them, you can click this button. And this is really, we're kind of excited about this, because we've always known that this has been our strongest tool for getting listing leads, high quality listing leads. If I click get mailing list, this will mail it to people with more than 6 years equity. And you can decide how big of a radius you want, and you click submit order. They download it, they fold it, they put it in the envelopes, and they mail it to the people with 6 years equity that own single family homes. So that's an easy way. I want to show you a little more difficult way, but, and I know not all people want to do what I'm about to show you here, but when you see the results, you might want to think about it. So this lady, Pat, has been a client. She's in Louisiana. She's been a client for, I think, more than 10 years. And she took that letter that we created, and she did something I've never seen anybody do. She prints on the back so that this looks like an envelope, right? Her address, and it's on that stamp is actually coming from the printer, her printer. And then she folds it, she puts a little piece of kind of tape on there, and she handwrites these things, right? So this definitely looks like this is relevant to this neighborhood, because it's talking about a street in the neighborhood. And you can see it's loaded with info just looking through the piece of paper. So she came in and she said, hey, I mailed 100 of these when it was just listed, and I got 4 people calling me for home values. And at the end, I asked her later on in the comments, you know, well, how did this mailing go. So she mailed another 100 when it was just sold, and she got another 3 people calling her and 1 person texting, which means from one home and 200 pieces of mail, she has 8 people who want to sell their home, and she's spoken to them now that want to sell their home this year. That has been our #1 tool for many, many years. She's just sort of taking it to the next level. I've never seen that kind of deal. That's called the nearby homeowner letter. If you have listings, use this. If you don't have listings, you can borrow a listing. So there might be a neighborhood that you really want to grow in your own business, but you don't have listings there. You could borrow one from a colleague or somebody in the office. Click grab listing here, drop in the zip code and the MLS ID and pull it in, and all these tools will be created just like that. So that's kind of a little bit of the listing marketing. Let's jump down to PDF guides. And I mentioned this earlier, there are 80 of these. They're all about 5 or 6 pages long, and they're either for buyers or they are for sellers. Okay. Your branding and colors and logo will be all throughout every page of these. If you click market, you're going to notice that you got a short form video script. If you want to say, hey, go download this on my profile, you can run an ad on Facebook or Instagram. You can run an ad on Google. Social media posts, that's where you're not paying for an ad, you're just sharing it. You can do it one by one here. I'm going to show you where we can do it automatically for you. If you've got a deep database or CRM of a bunch of leads, you can copy an eFlyer and blast it out, and then print tools. All of these options all capture leads. And as a reminder, we have 80 of these. So even if you don't have listings, you've got a lot of tools to go out and engage the market. So this is our social media, social content area. And this is kind of a set and forget area. This is a calendar showing us what's going on. When you come here the first time, we're going to say connect to your socials. Then we're going to ask you how often you want us to post. And then we're going to ask you what topics do you want to pick. And there are 40 different topics 50 different topics in this. So it takes a minute because there's a lot of articles under this. So let me have a sip of tea and hopefully this page will come up. The nice thing about this page is you don't have to come back here. Once you set it, you can sort of leave it alone. But there is a lot of content, and for some reason it takes forever to pull up. So I had mentioned those PDF guides just a minute ago. Right here, you can just turn these on, and we will auto post these PDF guides to your socials whenever you set the schedule, and we'll put a landing page behind it. So if people want to download it from your social media accounts, they got to give you their name and email. And that's great because this is going to happen throughout the year. We also have translated these into Spanish, and so we can do the same thing in Spanish. There's some holiday stuff. There's home design stuff, kitchen design and dining rooms. And it's nice because it's colorful. It's also conversational. We're not writing deep industry reads here. And so people actually engage with the agents. It's actually pretty cool. And, there's outdoor living stuff. There's even some RE meme.
Can you open one of those just to see it?
Open one of what?
One of those articles.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go.
Just to get an idea. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Let's go to kitchen design here. Oh, that's not what I want. Whenever you see an eyeball, you want that means kind of drill down, go down and view it. And there are a lot of articles. Give it a second. And if you want to go through each one of them, you certainly can, right? I don't think we got the time for that.
No, but that's what I wanted to see. There's a lot in that topic. Okay.
Yeah. And that's just kitchen design. Okay.
Exactly.
So we keep it light. We're not, going deep. We just know that people like to be on social media and they don't like to read. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So that is the social content area. There's also, if you use TikTok or Instagram, there's a link in bio page here. And this is, if on Instagram, you can share things on Instagram, but you can't actually get people off of Instagram. This page is designed for your profile. It's just a link. It will have all of your listings. It'll have your client reviews. It will have PDF guides that we were just talking about, and even some of the articles that we just looked at. And then your favorite landing pages. We create a lot of landing pages so you can do that. So that's all in the social content area. And then,
videos? Do you have a lot of videos too?
oh yeah. We have a lot of, what do you mean? Videos for consumers or for you to learn?
For consumers.
No, but we give you the ability to embed video whenever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the landing page section. You get unlimited landing pages, and most of you are working in at least a handful of different cities or towns. And you're going to want to come here and create the landing pages that you want to focus on. Maybe instant valuation. Maybe you want to focus on FSBOs or expired listings or people who are trying to avoid, foreclosure or dealing with short sales. You can do custom stuff like golf course properties or waterfront properties, things like that. And you just type in the name of the city, click create, and it creates a landing page. And then you customize the back end picture, and you can run ads on it, and you can use our print flyers and get people here if you want to do a mailing, or even blast it out on your CRM. We have an e-flyer for all these tools. So those are all like multiple ways, everything we've been looking at, multiple ways to advertise, whether you have listings or not. All of those things capture leads. But probably the thing that gets most of our clients pretty excited is our ad software from Facebook. We also have ad software from Google, but really it's more expensive. The leads from Google cost more, and it's really only serious listing agents that want to be using that. But almost all agents want to be using our Facebook ad software. And so when we click on create a Facebook ad, we can create a listing ad. We can create a landing page ad, you get unlimited landing pages, or we can create a PDF guide ad, right? I'm going to do a listing ad, and earlier I showed you that we could run something on an open house, but I'm going to show you what happens when we run an ad on a property that's sold. We just choose the property, we leave the default settings, we click create ad, and you could just click that green button there that says publish, and that would write the ad. You might want to go up here and click in here and say, hey, you know what? We sold 10K above asking, right? If that's what happened, multiple offers, just to get people a little more interested in the fact that this sold. But then it says that affects your home value, and click here and we'll get you your home value.
And you don't choose the audience where you want,
Well, you see that right there, that city, that's the
That's-
audience. Yeah, that's the audience that you can do.
but you don't get more details in that audience. Like you want people over 40 or
That's illegal on Facebook for about 4 years.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the only thing that you can choose is just the city where you want.
pretty
That's
much.
it?
Yeah. So you may not, it sounds like you don't know what's happening here, but for everybody's education, HUD, which is some national, real estate board, they sued Facebook for illegal ads because people want to target on age, on income, and all these things. And those are considered discriminatory ads. So Facebook's been hit pretty hard. The nice thing for you is if you just use our default settings, you're not going to come in conflict with those laws, and your ad would be approved. There are a lot of agents who try to run an ad and they're like, I don't know why it's not working.
Wow, that's good to know, because there are a lot of my account was blocked.
Yes, because you were probably doing things that they didn't want you to do. Whereas we have thousands of people running ads here. We cannot let them get in trouble. Otherwise, it's just a challenge for us. So I will tell you this. There are some really powerful things you can do with this. One is, and you can target other cities, right? If you want to target other kind of state.
Like, for example, in Miami, a lot of the people who buy properties are from other cities. They're not local.
Yeah. So you just say,
I want people from Argentina,
you mean like Buenos
the
Aires?
country.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And people will see that from Argentina. Right. You might want to change this language into Spanish.
Yep.
But yeah, but that's how you would do that. You could also in the US, we have the ability to buy lists, and we can buy lists of homeowners, right? I don't know if you can buy that in Argentina, but you could make a custom audience in our platform and say, yeah, I want to target people that own homes because I bought that list and I uploaded it. So that helps you really target the right people with certain kinds of ads. When you're
How do
trying
you
to,
buy those lists? Through the Facebook or?
no, there's a company, there's a
Oh,
couple of companies, but List Source is probably a really good one. And I think Remind used to be good, but something happened with Remind and their relationships with MLSs. So this might be the company that a lot of our clients today use. It's really inexpensive to buy a list of homeowners with 5 years equity or more. And then you upload them as list. And that way, when you're doing ads on Facebook, you're just targeting the right people. Because
mhm.
I don't know if you can tell, let's just put this over here to, let's see, what's a city in Florida? Naples, right?
Naples.
Yeah. So Naples, it's a 15-mile radius. You can't get smaller than 15 miles. 5 years ago, you could say, I want people who only own a house in Naples. Not that they work there or that they drove through Naples. They literally own a house. You could do that, but then, like I said, they got a lawsuit and that's a problem. So you can't do that. And so now this thing is targeting Naples and people that live in cities within a 15-mile radius, which can make this not very good. And so you definitely, if you're trying to get buyers, the radius is fine. If you're trying to get homeowners, you definitely want a custom audience list, which is a little bit of a heavy lift. But if you guys sign on, I talk about this pretty much every
So
week.
you can custom your audience because you buy the list from, let's say, List Source or Remind or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and then you enter here what is the
yeah.
L2L seller audience. That's a list that you already have previously
Bought.
formed.
Yeah, you previously bought it. So, um, let's see here. I have a question here that just popped up.
For
So,
example, I work in the homeowners association of a building here.
yeah,
And I have the list of all the homeowners of that building.
yes,
I can put an Excel and add it there because I just want to target the owners of X building
yes,
in
exactly.
my city.
You see this button here? It says create audience.
Yeah.
You click this and you call it homeowner association, whatever it is, right? So
Mhm.
you're naming it because only you are going to see that. And we tell you it's got to be 1,000 leads long. It can't be smaller than that. It can't be 250 people. And it's got to look, the spreadsheet's got to look just like this. When you upload it, we just make it easy because if you try to do this on Facebook, it is a nightmare for the most tech savvy people. But here, it just make that spreadsheet look like this, only 4 columns of data, import it, and it will live in your Facebook account. And it will just be a custom audience for you to use. Okay. And a lot of our clients do this if they are serious about getting listings because you're targeting with all kinds of PDF guides and home valuation ads and things like that for the homeowners. If you're trying to get buyers, just use the normal stuff. You do not need a list to do that. But sellers, I highly recommend this. So I see a question here I want to answer. Can the page be configured in different languages? Is the digital card setup automatic? Yes, it's automatic. And in case of the appropriate one for each real estate agent, I'm not already predetermined. Each agent gets their own linked profile link, which is the question had more to do back with the social content. So there's a couple questions here. One, when we talk about link in bio, which is meant for your profiles, each of you, this is created for you automatically. So if you've got, 5 agents, each one's going to have their own. The listings in your account will be reflected on this page, right? And the PDF guide, even though you're both going to have the same PDF guide, they're going to be branded differently because one's branded to you and the other ones are branded to the other agent. But in terms of can the pages be configured in different languages, No, I mean, we have translated the PDF guides into Spanish, but that's the only language we've done it. So yeah, if you have questions, go ahead and put it in the chat panel. I see a few others. Yes, PDF guides are in 2 languages, English and Spanish. And the funnels come configured automatically. Yes, yes. Okay. So what we were talking about ads. So let's go back to ads. And oh yeah, we're going. So when we talk about creating a home valuation ad, like, prices have changed in, in Orlando. Let's have a landing page for Orlando. And I don't know if I have one here. Let's see. I have one for Miami. Let's see if I actually did that. Create ad. And we write the ad. And you would think, I'm going to target Miami, right? Now, Miami is a big town and there's a lot of areas in it. And then this is a 15-mile radius, which is well beyond Miami. A lot of agents like to run these ads. They don't even care about creating a Miami page. They just go totally generic and feel like that's going to work out for them. And it's not going to work out for them. But I want to make it clear, because we were just talking about that audience, that custom audience. You want to have a list of homeowners that's like Miami homeowners, 5 years equity, right? Now, when you run this, if those people are on Facebook, they're going to see this ad, and not every other person that lives within 15 miles of Miami. It's a much better way to target. And those lists from List Source are not expensive at all. I mean, probably what you pay for a martini is what you pay for a list. So that's just a really great way to go. And running home valuation landing pages are good, I think, only if you're doing that step. You can also run ads on the PDF guides. And what else? PDF guide. Let's see here. So let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run an ad on a PDF guide. And let's see here. You see, we have all these PDF guides. I'm going to click on, well, let's say divorce in real estate. Maybe somebody in Florida is going to get a divorce, right? But before I do that, I'm going to translate all of these to Spanish, right? And so that way, when I click on whatever one I want to click on, you'll see here in a moment that the ad is already pre-written. And we didn't actually use Google for this. We actually put some work behind this to get these things translated. And it looks like it takes a little bit of time here. But you click create ad and lead ads. What lead ads means there, I just blew by it. It means that we're getting those leads pre-populated, right? From the profiles with a name, email, and phone number. And all you have to do to use it is go like this. And now you can even expand the radius, because there might be more people within, in the radius of Tampa. And now it's really a question of how far do you want to drive? If you live in Tampa, do you want to drive 45 minutes? I don't know what the traffic's like, but that's how much it would reach, right? And just so you know, because I haven't mentioned it, it's a little bit in the details. When you're running ads on Facebook and on Google, there's a price per lead. Okay, so if we have a $50 ad here, that's the default setting for 7 days, your Facebook is going to decide what you're doing and say, okay, well, we're going to charge you $10 per lead, which for a PDF guide is fairly common. And that means that if they're charging you $10 a lead, divide 10 into 50, that means you're going to get 5 leads with name, email, and phone number of Spanish-speaking people who are thinking about getting a divorce, right? That's what that thing does there. But like I said, there's 80 different kind of PDF guides. And of course, you can do it in English. We have a lot of English-speaking clients here in the US. I know you guys are not operating up, I'm guessing you're not operating up in Canada, but if you are operating in the southern countries or in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico. These tools work there as well, right? We have clients in Costa Rica and Mexico and things like that too. So yeah, that's how you use that. And then I'll mention this. This is an add-on, which doesn't come with our system. It's basically $30 a head per agent. But for agents that are serious about getting listing leads, you want to make sure you have a Google kind of strategy. Most listing agents know this, and they pay ridiculous amounts of money to companies to run ads on Google, because actually Google is really difficult to run an ad. Here, it's as difficult as choosing the landing page that you would have created in our system and typing in the city that you want to focus on. And here we can click view link and see, well, where are we driving people to? Okay, this. So we get it. When people respond to the ad, boom. So all you got to do is click publish. I'm going to guess most of you have never run an ad in Google. And let me tell you, it is not simple. I'll give you a sneak peek of what it's all about. You have to have all the keywords that you know people are interested in. We actually know those keywords, so we automatically put them in there. You have to write multiple headlines. These are the headlines here. You have to have multiple ones so that they can rotate to see which one is better. And then each time they show the ad, they kind of triangulate on what's better. And this section here is called a description, and you got to write multiple descriptions. This is all we do. So we know what needs to be written there. And you may not know that. And you can certainly spend, hours or days learning how to write ads on Google, or you can just pay us $30 a month and drive people to your landing pages or your single property websites. Not the website. So I will say this about Google. I don't really recommend using Google if you're just looking for buyers. If you're looking for listings, I definitely recommend Google. Okay. If you want buyers, run ads on properties that are for sale. And I'll show you something, actually. We'll learn a little bit. That's kind of the end of my story. There are a few other fun, bells and whistles in there. But I'm going to show you something regarding Facebook. I have a client in the Carolinas, in North and South Carolina. They have a team of agents, and all they do is they run ads for their agents. And this is a very unusual account for us, but you can learn a lot about what's really going on Facebook by looking at what's going on. So this is real time. These guys, they have agents in both North and South Carolina, and they all they do, they ignore the whole of our platform. They just get their listings in and they run $100 ads. They've been doing this for about 18 months, since Halloween of 2022. So they're at least running, I don't know how many ads. They've run 603 ads now. And they spend about $100 each. So that's about nearly $60,000 that they spend. And they have 16,000 leads. Another great thing about Facebook is more people see the ad than actually click on the ad, right? And so they slow down and they look at it and they recognize it's from your office or from you. And they're like, okay, that's cool, but I'm not really going to look at that one. In this case, that's your branding. For this outfit, they've been seen nearly 4 million times on Facebook by people who live in the Carolinas. So it's really awesome for branding. But what I really wanted to show you here is a cost per lead. And here you'll notice CPL is cost per lead. So $385, they spent $100, they've only spent $50, and they've got 14 leads. Here they're $10 a lead for 5 leads, 13 leads at $760 a lead. What I really want to explain why I'm showing you this is the cost per lead is not a fixed number. I don't know how Facebook does it, how they set it. It might be how many other agents are competing in your area. But here, a lead costs $11.11, $4.55, $4, $9. And that's really what I wanted to explain to you. It's very easy to run the ads. And let's see here. This is a $4. Let's go look at this ad and see what it was like. but it's a very effective way of getting buyer leads with name, email, and phone number. I actually don't know of a better, less expensive way than running ads on Facebook. This is what the ad looks like. And it's just a couple clicks to create an ad, right? And so for these guys in the Carolinas, they're at about 16,000 leads. I'll tell you this, and this is just a side note. Like I said, they've been doing this for 18 months. And
They're
that number,
using, sorry, Vincent, to interrupt, but I'm not sorry. They're using your platform to do this?
yes, this is our account right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the ads go through your account, not through the realtor's specific account. Is that correct?
No, it's through the realtor specific account. It's just you're using our software like this. So when I go here and I create a listing ad, and I'm going to say you could actually do it. It'll have the agent's name here. When the agent logs in, they only see their listings. So when they run the ad, let's see what this is going to be unusual because this is not reflecting. This is this unusual Keller Williams account. It would be sponsored by the agent, whatever agent is clicking the button.
Okay. And where do we get the leads? In
We
an
email them. We email them to you. If you go to your profile, we can connect the profile and we can drop them directly into your CRM as well.
Okay, so you can do that and send us via email whatever leads we're getting.
Yes. And if you
I have a
have,
quick question. Mhm. Sorry about that.
go ahead.
Quick question. If the agents are getting the leads and the idea of the lender pre-qualifying these leads for them, would both of us get the lead and then we'll contact? How do you suggest that?
I think you guys got to figure that out. But yeah, you'll both be copied on the lead. Usually lenders want to jump in front of buyer leads. If they're listing leads, the
Correct.
agent wants to get on that, right? So yeah. And you're both going to get copied. You can text each other and say, hey, I'm going to jump on this, make sure they're qualified so you're not wasting your time. Does that make sense? Does that answer the question?
Yep, because that's the idea, to help them save time with the buyers and focus on the ones that actually it can qualify, so they can focus on their listing leads, and then we can pre-qualify the buyer leads and make those calls for them and then reach out to them. So that's the idea.
Okay, good. We have a question here in the chat panel if you want to put those in. So it says, can post also be added to the calendar to be published during the month or week without counting on ads? Do you mean posts on properties? Jorge is asking this. So when we looked at the social content area, those posts which are not related to listings, they let me get out of this account. The posts from the social content, those happen automatically and you don't have to pay for that. That's just going to your social media accounts. Let's go back to my account. So there's, I didn't get into it, but when your listing hits our system, we also have auto posting, which is free. And I showed it to you, but maybe you didn't grasp that one. It's free. We're just posting a pre-written post. A post is different from an ad because you pay for an ad. Okay. So you don't have to pay for a post. You just say, hey, I've got a property here. And once it hits our system, this social media post, this is telling you, we're either going to tell you we've scheduled to post it. It's going to look like this, or you can click on that icon and we'll show you that we've already posted it. Okay. So this is an automated free post. And I think that's the answer for Jorge. $100 for how long? They're running $100 ads for 1 week. So that was the KW one. Yeah. So that's kind of I think everything we got. We do have a cool, if you are interested in capturing if you gather client reviews, we have a website that's dedicated to your client reviews, whether they're from Google or Zillow or Facebook or whatever. There's even a marketing plan. You can snap in a testimonial if you want. Those PDF guides that are branded to you, they're right here. All of your listings are on this same page. So there's lots of tools here to help you advertise, again, whether you have listings or if you don't, and you can capture either buyer leads or seller leads. So any other questions?
Yes. How long is the onboarding process, or how easy it is? Because, we will obviously be needed to be linked, with our accounts to the software from
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook. How does that work?
I think it's about a 5 to 10 minute process. When you log in the first time, let me show you. It's going to drop you on this kind of thing here, this account setup. And it's going to say, hey, fill that out, right? And then move on to the next one and go here. It will automatically do that for you. But I'm also going to send you my video, which is a little more thorough than that. And it's a 5-minute video. So I'll send you that with the recording of this.
And then and the listings will be auto-populated once we create our profile.
I think
the
so.
listings will be automatically there.
Yeah, the answer to the question is a simple one. The simple one is yes. And the less simple one is are the MLSs with your agents on this list? This is how we get your listing. It's from a company called ListHub. And my guess is at least half of the MLSs in Florida are on this list. So I don't know where all your agents sit, but if they are in these MLSs, the answer is yes, they just automatically flow from your MLS to us.
Okay. Miami is basically the biggest one in I think in the nation.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. And Stellar's in Orlando. Yep.
Okay.
So that works there. Good.
Yeah. So this means that their agents are in there, and we're going to look at the email address that you're using that's in their MLS, and that's how we auto sweep. So when I'll tell you this, when you're setting up an account, I'm going to send you my 5-minute video on how to set it up.
Yeah.
I recommend you set up your account as soon as you get an access to it, because we will auto sweep your listings in 1 to 2 hours. And if you don't have your picture in there or your logo, or you don't have your social media stuff connected for auto posting, you're going to miss out. You're going to get a bunch of tools that are not going to look great to you. But if you just go in and do the setup, which takes a couple minutes, it's just going through a few things here. Then when we auto sweep, you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. And that's really what we want to see happen.
Right.
But I'm going to.
I don't know if you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, Vincent. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys have any other questions. The agents or brokers are in this call. I think it's a fantastic tool. As I mentioned to Vincent before you guys logged in, I did look at some of his videos of what the platform can do, and that's what we've been trying to strive as the club, or the real estate club, is to obviously generate, and not only more listings, but buyers to our listings. That's the name of the game, not only having the listing, but having the buyer at the same time. So I think it's a very unique tool. It's very easy to work it out or to set it up. You are right, to create Google Ads is a nightmare. I did try myself. I did and it's a nightmare. So everything that it's going to be automatic, just doing about the platform, sounds very easy. Of course, we'll have to invest some money in the ads, which obviously that's the case. But if you're getting solid leads, which is the important thing that you mentioned, which is the correct phone number and the correct email address, because they have been sorted by, Facebook or by platform, makes a big difference. Because even when you create your own Facebook ads or Instagram ads, they can put whatever they want. They can switch it, change it, and then you're getting false leads, which makes the work a little bit frustrating. So I think that's a very important thing that you just mentioned.
Yeah. That part of getting those leads pre-populated, it really makes our clients really happy. It's not 100% accurate, but it's probably like 80% accurate. And that's good when you're calling and following up. And I will say this about following up with leads, which is, if you've been in real estate or any kind of sales world for any amount of time, there's always this concept of speed to lead. Okay, like you get a lead, you got to call it. You're buying leads from Zillow, you got to call them right away. And that was really an awesome way to think of it, kind of before modern smartphones, because when I get a call, if it says it's like spam, it's going to tell me right there. And a lot of realtors are blocked as spam because they make a lot of phone calls. And if they don't even recognize the number, they're not going to answer the phone. And if it's you and they've never heard from you and you're ready to like sell them a house, they're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. When you're getting our leads with email and phone number, text them and email them, send them flyers like through our stuff that's going to give them more value. That's the conversion process until they're ready. And I'll tell you, people text much faster than responding to you on the phone. And just keep texting them every few days. Hey, and come from a place of service. I'm helping other people, but I want to make sure you're not slipping through the cracks. What do you need? How can I help you? This is really important when you're converting leads. There's no company capturing more leads than ours in the real estate advertising space. But we're trying to get our clients to get a better understanding of how to convert them into business.
Conversion. Correct. Yeah. That's also very important what Angela said, that Angela's and her team with TLC, that's also the support that they want to provide us, because sometimes, as realtors don't have the time to follow up with the leads or have administrative work. And in this case, TLC will be doing, especially for the buyer leads, to doing all the follow-up, to making sure that the client is qualified. And if that buyer is qualified, then sending to us, whether it's for our own listing or for whatever other property. So I think it's a great thing. I don't know if Angela, you want to mention something to the matter.
Yes, absolutely, Chris. That's one of the main benefits of doing this partnership is to take some of that workload off of you guys and focusing, on your listings and uploading the things that are going to get attention online and let us, it's not just me. It's me on the front side, but behind me we have 10 people on our team and Jeff's team, who is the division president, and we have all the support to manage these for you. So that's what we were thinking. It's a win-win situation because when you get a call or you get a lead from us, we've done the work of calling, searching, and seeing who's real, who's not real. Most people are real, but they're not ready, or they were just browsing, they were just curious. And, you don't have to waste your time on all those calls. We'll do that work for you. I'll do that work for you for sure. Spanish or English.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay. I don't know if Carmen has any more questions or what would be the next step going on from here.
I have a question. As far as this will work for residential or commercial, correct? Like uploading and getting those leads. It will kind of depend on what you upload on the listing. If it's a commercial listing, you get commercial buyer leads, correct?
Well, we'll definitely create the tools, but running the ads for those would be different, because when you're running an ad on Facebook, for instance, it's a great place to find a home buyer. It's not a great place to find, a commercial office building buyer. So I don't know what your commercial properties are like, but you can always reach out to me if it's a multifamily home kind of thing. Well, then that might actually work, right? But what we'll do is create the tools. Facebook may not be the avenue that you want to advertise. Maybe Google, right? To say, hey, here's an investment property kind of thing. So yes, the tools are created, but commercial doesn't work. They almost have their own world of where they operate.
Very good.
Thank you for answering that. And so like Christina was saying, if anybody else has any questions, but what would be the steps? The steps will be to sign up to the trial, make sure that I have, do they have to sign in with the same email that they have for MLS? Would that be so that they can directly connect their listings? Is that how it works?
No, not exactly. So first of all, you are going to set up a profile for them. And we can talk about this offline, and I'll walk you through that. Okay.
Correct.
But you know, Carmen may have an email that says Carmen Rockstar Realtor, right, at Gmail, right? And that's what she's using today. But down here is a section that's like MLS email. And this may be Carmen at AOL, this old email that's been in her CRM or her MLS for many, many years. That email has to match. So the email in the MLS email section, that has to match what's inside of her CRM, which may be different than her daily working email. Okay, but you have places for both.
Got it. Thank you. That's that was my question of if it has to be, but now you answered. They just have to have both emails. The email that they want to use to sign in, it could be different from the NMLS, and it will be the spot for that email to kind of grasp their listings from MLS.
Yeah. And just not that it's really important, but since you said it twice, you will never use an email address to sign in. It will be a name. It will be a username of whatever. It could be Angeles Garcia, right? It will never be an email address, so that nobody gets that confused. Yeah. So anyway.
Super. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will put this recording up online, and as soon as that's done, I'm going to send this to Angeles, and I will send it with the 5-minute how to set up your account video. And then Angeles, we should talk about your next steps of how to get this whole thing running.
Yeah, that's the next question. How much this cost? How long is the trial?
Yeah.
Etc. Yeah.
The trial's 30 days. And if an agent logs in, and if an agent has listings or borrows listings, they can have buyer leads in 48 hours or less. It's just not that difficult with our system. So, but you have a 30-day trial, you can get a lot out there and a lot done. The only thing you don't get for that in that period is our Google ad software. But actually you can add that too. That's actually, you get a 30-day free trial there too. But you really need to know what you're doing, because those Google leads, I don't know exactly, but I recommend using Google for getting listing leads, not buyer leads for your homes. They're probably going to cost between $20 and $30 each. All right, maybe more. So in Dallas, they're 30. In Pennsylvania, they're 22. In Utah, they are 17. And in Vancouver, Canada, they are $200 to $300 each. So I would say get your arms around our core platform, and then once you understand what's going on, then maybe add Google on.
Hey, Vincent.
Yes.
The question that was raised is cost to the realtors, and I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on this, that for the use of the software, the automated marketing, the social media posting, the marketing kits and things that are going to be created for you guys, that's all free to you. The only time you're going to start running into an expense is when you start running ads. That you're actually running an ad, but everything else that's going to be lead generation, there is a whole bunch of free stuff in here to help you with lead generation.
Yes, that's right. Ads.
So there's no
print.
monthly fees? There's no
No.
monthly fees?
No.
Well, maybe Angeles can explain this to you guys, or when I talk to the brokers. This is a partnership that we're doing with one of the club vendors or sponsors, which is TLC. So TLC wants to do this for us, and you guys have been invited as the pre-team, so we can try it ourselves before we're going to launch this to the other members of the club next month. I believe we have it for the 13th of March already set up, where Vincent is going to share this platform with all the members. However, TLC has a maximum capacity, so you guys have been invited to the
So
pre-setup.
who is
We want to
TLC?
work with those.
Who is TLC, Christine? I'm sorry if I ask you this, because I mean, I'm confused. TLC means tender loving care, that I know.
Correct. It is
I
a
love
nice
it. Absolutely.
acronym.
That is, And that's our tagline, lending with a little TLC.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, TLC is
Yeah.
Total Lending Concepts. We've been Christine's been gracious enough to invite us in to partner up with the club, and you know, as a piece for you guys, a value added service, we're going to pick up the tab on this software, and like Christine said, we're going to trial this out with you guys as our first setup to see just how much we can produce with this and how much value we can bring to you guys through this partnership, and try and grow from there.
So you guys will be directing the leads to the agents?
No,
Because
the,
if
the
you're gonna
leads go
test
directly
it-
to you. No, the
So-
leads go directly to you.
So what is TLC doing basically? Just pre-qualifying
Sponsoring
and
us.
then
They're
direct?
paying for us.
Okay.
And then obviously the buyer leads, they're also getting them. So as Angela said, they will help us to qualify the buyer leads so they can do the mortgage on the buyer leads, and then we can do the real estate side. But we can speak more to that matter with Angeles. I know that Vincent has been kind enough to provide us his time here. I think it's a great platform. I am extremely grateful, and I believe so is Carmen, as founders of the club, that for us to be able to have this opportunity with our agents. I think it's wonderful. I do think that there's nothing to lose for us but to try it. And of course, we have to invest in the ads, which is minimum, $4 to $5 per lead. It's very inexpensive when you're looking at what you can get the benefit of, just with one deal, you pay for the whole advertising of the year. So for me, it's a no-brainer. So thank you so much, Ryan, Angeles, for doing this for us. We're really grateful. And, maybe we can just have an email or so provided by you guys of what the next step would be. So we can get started before the rest of the club members get exposed to the platform.
Absolutely.
okay?
Yeah, Christina, you're right on the spot. That was the idea, to have this trial so that we can share the experience and the results later on with the rest of the members. And for sure, I'll get together with Vincent and Ryan to make sure that we are very specific with the next steps. We have to do the onboarding on our side. That'll be done very soon. And soon after that, we'll send an email so that you guys can go in and fill in the great things before pulling your listings, like Vincent was explaining. Super important to have all of your information, your picture, anything that is going to auto-populate to the already preset ads or whatever is going to pull from your MLS. We want your picture. We want to brand you correctly and do this correctly. And so we have to do it first, and maybe go into see if we have any questions, mistakes, and be ready for when we present this on the 12th to the rest. We've already jumped some hoops and we've found solutions already to work for everybody else.
Sounds good. I will get this recording up and I'll get it off to you, Angeles, and let's chat soon after that and get some next steps going.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so
Bye now.
very much.
Okay.
Thank you
Very
so
excited.
much. Thank you for your
Super
time.
excited to
Vince.
try this out.
I'm also excited. Thank you so much for your time today, everybody. And I'm excited, and I'm just a phone call away. So let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye,
No
everybody.
problem.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.